Hello, Sue Rose Minahan, February 24, 2021. Talk Cosmos host, weekly program, a YouTube channel, subscribe. And today is NowChat, a 10-minute commentary, astrological commentary on the UFO. Is a subject that both scares and thrills people. And I found it kind of fun. I like to look it all up. Who wouldn't for astrology with Uranus? And it's a contender for sure. We'll see. American Airlines. Why am I talking about it? Because they noticed on their flight 2292 between Cincinnati and Phoenix Sunday on the 21st, about 1 o'clock Central Time, that a pilot claimed an unidentified object flying on top of them. And it was confirmed. The American Airlines did confirm it. They said, any questions, go to the FBI. Well, it all became about, and this happened to be located in the area of New Mexico, and a very, the largest missile location for the United States, which I'll comment on. But Steve Douglas, he's an experienced airline radio enthusiast. He was listening and noticed this strange voice of that caught his ear from the pilot. And it was a 15-second audio clip. And he says, do you have any targets up here? Asking, on his radio. We just had something go right overhead on top of us. And this was on his blogger, Deep Black Horizon. And he said, I hate to say this, but it looked like a long cylinder object, almost looked like a cruise missile type of thing, moving really fast, went right over the top of us. Well, it was 36,000 feet high, which is often where these incidents occur. And Douglas, the blogger, said, it was a Sunday and unlikely, he says it's a day off for the military doing the missile testing, but they didn't have any test notifications, ABC 7 reports. Now, this is just 200 miles north of the location of the range White Sands Missile Range. It's in the southern part of New Mexico, described as the Department of Defense's largest fully instrumented open air range. Now, the fact was that close encounters for that area sparks a lot of interest. Back in 1947, let's look at some charts here. In fact, let's just look first of all at today. Like, why is today this even happening perhaps? I mean, there's other reasons, we'll see, because we'll look at these other charts. But as you can see, we're in this moment before the full moon. Mercury is in a trine to the North Node in Aquarius, an air sign over here. And there's a lot of Aquarian energy with this square between the rulers of Aquarius, the traditional, which would be Saturn, and then we have Uranus, which is happening very close orb all year at 3 particular points. So it has been on just those terms, information such as Planet Buzz a couple of weeks ago commented that with the stellium that was happening, it's not linear thinking. Uranus is non-linear. It is intuitive and information comes down. Okay, let's look at some other charts. And I do hope all my charts go through here. I'm going to do a new share just in case. I don't want any mistakes. Okay, yeah, there we are. Now, this was the event on Sunday, the 21st, and with the United States, but not the natal chart. It's based off the natal chart, July 4th, 1776, Sibley, 5:10 p.m. But this is a measurement, a solar arc measurement for the moment of February, like the same chart, but with the signs 1 year for every year, 245 years later, as the cycle goes around. It's something to learn. And it is an interesting thing for timing. And what do we see that's really significant? Well, there's an exact conjunction within minutes, and this is, for this measurement, determined on minutes. But still, when it gets in that degree factor, we know that things are happening. And what it is that for the moment right now, Mercury, the ruler of the North Node in Aquarius, is making that trine to the North Node in Gemini over here at 16 degrees. And they're moving closer together. The degrees go backwards for the nodes, and of course, Mercury is going forwards. She's now stationary after her long retrograde. So it's quite a potent time when a stationary is in motion. And the point is, Hermes Mercury is the liminal visitor, so close to the sun, although right now quite elongated at a very far distance from the sun. Invisible, is actually conjunct the United States solar arc at 11 degrees. So this is fascinating. This does give some indication that perhaps there's quite a bit of connections, unexpected connections. It's a possibility. Also, Venus and Mars are in close conjunction here. In fact, Mars is making two aspects. The transit Mars is conjunct the USA Neptune. Actually, Neptune's passed it a little bit. So meaning that who knows what would have happened maybe half a year ago? We don't know. And also, okay. And the nodes too. That's another issue. Where is that? That's over here in the 12th house. The nodes for the moment are in, maybe I can touch it and that'll make a difference. I wish we were all here together. Sometimes my cursor, okay, there it is, 16. And the Saturn has gone past it again. Who knows what would have happened in a year, because the point is that when it's larger for a solar arc, that means it would have happened a year ago. But something significant with the authority in many ways, okay. So there are some connections. Let's look at another chart as I go ahead, because what I'm really getting at is that in 1947, I guess I'll bring that chart up right now. Try to get this all out. Here we are, USA natal on the inside, and July 8, 1947 was an event that has continued to spark that area, and with large enthusiasts about potential unidentified objects, because they are called unidentified. There hasn't been anything confirmed about being space objects. However, at that time, there were books published, the Roswell incident, unresolved mysteries. Supposedly bodies were found, and parts of the plane that no way could be created here. So it has really prompted a lot of thought and, quote, conspiracies. Maybe that's where the beginning of all that stuff started, because it said that even movies have their visual alien look because of bodies like that. We don't know. At any rate, what is so fascinating about this chart is if you look at that time, of course, our natal sun in that moment were conjunct, really. In fact, our Venus, which is all of this was conjunct with the attractor, Venus at the time. And if you look at Uranus and Mars, they're moving. Mars is closely moving right up to, because this was reported on the 8th, but we really don't know the exact time. Okay, and if we were to look at this next one, which is that event on the inside with the moment solar arc as of Sunday, well, what do we see there? And there are, again, with Uranus, quite a bit of indication here. Uranus of that event in 47 is conjunct Juno, the alliance of the United States in Gemini, maybe of diversity, maybe of of Gemini, the two twins, one was below and above Spirit. Well, let's see, we need to continue and roll this up. So identified, we don't know what they are. But in the last 5 years, Navy pilots have encountered numerous hypersonic speeds and seen stuff for decades, but it became an issue for one pilot of a safety issue. And that finally registered strongly enough that finally the Navy said, okay, pilots, if you see things, tell us. So they did. And then along at that time, perhaps, this other individual so in other words, he has worked really hard to the Black Vault. It's a UFO enthusiast site and clearinghouse, worked really hard and has successfully helped to have the government release their trove of documents about UFO. So if you're interested, go to that site. They have 2,700 pages and many videos, which are difficult to see, but they really do try to help you with that fact. So who knows how this will work? You know, other factors is perhaps humanity isn't ready. There's that fear besides the excitement, and it does break down a lot of our consciousness because last December, Israeli General Haim Eshad wrote a book, is going to be published, The Universe Beyond the Horizon, and he is an acclaimed officer of the military space program from 81 until 2010. And he said, hey, these UFOs, they've already contacted us and the USA. So we don't know things, do we? And he had said, had 5 years ago been, never would have happened. But now, yes, indeedy, there's consciousness opening. If you look here, and I'm a little bit over, but this is the USA, this is Roswell, and this is the UFO. There are some significant connections. And you can see again, Mars, here, our natal Mars, 21 with Uranus of that event back then, and now our moon. Maybe we are ready. That's the moment. It's close. And also we could look at Neptune and Mars. I write these down and then where did I put them? It's like, goodness gracious. In the 6th house. Okay, there we are. Yes. Our natal Uranus, which is outer space and unexpected and getting authentic and diversity, is connected with that moment of the Mars. And also, if you look down here, interestingly, Ceres at this moment has just entered Aries, approaching our IC. Well, there's so many interesting factors. We could go on, and I do thank you so much. Here, I'm going to stop this share. Okay, subscribe and connect, comment. There's mysteries involved, aren't there? And we're all changing and encountering the unknown on various factors. Why not get ready? Why not think? We don't know. Okay, till again.